F1 Podcast with Rachel Most Wayne and the man in the tits.
Mr. Wayne.
In the tits with the pits. That's a place to be, in the tits. Anyway, that's a great start, isn't it? That's a great start.
Come on.
It's a family show. I think we always say that just before we go off the rails, don't we?
Yeah, well, that's what people are here for.
That's what people are here for. So, well.
What's a race?
What a race. First, let's get the news out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here comes the F1 Show Podcast News. Okay, this is F1 Show News. In the news today, Alex Albon has recently been opening up about his time during Red Bull. Alex explained that the way Verstappen used to drive the car would make it look like he was driving a bus. This unfortunately has angered his Williams team bosses, who were on the verge of revealing the concept car for next year. The Williams FW Double Decker 1. You see? No. Okay. Video game producers have announced that the next installment of Call of Duty will include a map of the Singapore Grand Prix circuit, Marina Bay. Features will include Mazepin zombie mode. You have to fight off a never-ending stream of Mazepin zombies moaning about how they were fired from F1. Super Benito strategy game, a game that involves pointless pit stops and time wasting, eventually ending in flames. And Alex Albon's cat quest. Rescue the cats from Alex Albon and his evil clutches. Okay.
That was quite good.
That's quite good. Okay. Ferrari team principal Matteo Binotto has been feeling the heat after a series of strategic blunders, which has potentially put the prancing horses out of this year's championship. So confident of his approach, Binotto has already announced a strategy for the Belgian Grand Prix. This being a 12-stop strategy. 10 stops for tyres, each time all 4 tyres having different compounds. 1 stop for a quick game of Yahtzee, and with the last stop taking everyone to the job centre. How about that, eh? How about that for some photoshopping? I really did like the picture of Binotto. Yeah. Okay. And finally, it's silly season in Formula One. And a cascade of team moves have been revealed since Sebastian Vettel announced his retirement. Don't worry, the F1 Show News is here to explain it all. Vettel has moved and left a hole in Aston Martin. This has been taken by Fernando Alonso from Alpine. Alpine thought they had a reserve driver, Oscar Piastri. Piastri denied this and has been eyeing up McLaren. McLaren started to get rid of Ricciardo. Meanwhile, the Alpine boss, Otmar Schaffner, has been embarrassed and his job is at risk. Tipped to take over is Boris Johnson. This in turn has left a hole in the Conservative Party and the leadership of the country. In the running is Liz Truss, who would force sanctions on Russia and Vladimir Putin, who in turn imposes trade bans on Europe. This sparks a trade war to begin, eventually leading to an economic crisis in China, who in turn attacks Taiwan, pushing the whole of the globe into a terrifying nuclear conflict.
Wow.
Where's my tinfoil hat? That has been the F1 Show Podcast News. Thank you. Everything you need to know. Now, we've got lots to talk about.
You didn't even know you knew it.
You didn't know you needed to know it.
Yeah,
and you probably wish you didn't.
Yeah, no, especially. Anyway, let's crack on.
Let's just... What should we do first? We're going to do good race, bad race first. Was that your Alexa or mine?
No, it's not my Alexa. I don't have one.
That was weird. Okay, so let's go crack on with a good race, bad race.
Steering wheel, somebody tell him to give it to me. Come on, move.
It's a remarkable animation for a good race, bad race. What did you think of the Hungarian Grand Prix, mister? First of all,
pretty exciting.
It was very exciting, and good old George Russell plopping it on pole. We didn't see that in our predictions, did we?
No.
You know, I think on my predictions, I have been predicting that this kind of Mercedes resurgence. Is it a resurgence, or is it? Well, let's just go through.
It's the ultimate sandbagging if it's not.
What? Wait until halfway through the season.
First half of the season, and then we'll become good.
Literally, and then saying, "Yeah, we knew all along."
Yeah, they put Puerto Rico lowrider rig in the back of the car, which was heavy, and making it bounce.
Okay, it is. Yeah. That porpoising stopped all of a sudden, isn't it?
Yeah, magical.
Magical porpoising. So, where should we start? What team should we start with? Good race, bad race.
I think we have
or
to
team.
start.
Is it? Yeah, it's team. We do the team. We'll go through teams and players. Can I just say a little bit of respect going to Verstappen? I'm not a big Verstappen fan, but the way he dealt with that race, I mean,
the win with the spin.
Spinning and still winning.
Yeah, he just went out there and won it, sat quietly,
just cracked on with it. Yeah, George Russell wasn't ever going to win it. I don't know. I was hoping. It does make you think, could they have won that? Do you think?
I think they're getting closer.
Yeah.
I think they're certainly getting closer. You know, I mean, how much for the strategies have made a difference? They were still 7 seconds behind at the end. So then that's quite a big chunk.
Is it?
7 seconds? Yeah.
That's like, I don't know. Think of that spin. How many seconds was that?
How far ahead would he have been if he hadn't spun? He wasn't in the lead when he spun.
It doesn't matter, does it? That costs time.
Yeah, but even still, you're backing up my point here. You're arguing and saying the same thing.
Oh, don't expect me to have any coherence. I mean, that spins good 4 seconds. I don't know. I just got a feeling. I don't know whether they've gone backwards, they've gone forwards, or we've got the big prancing horse of an elephant in the room.
Yeah, the prancing elephant in the room.
The prancing elephants.
I would be really surprised if Matteo Binotto is still a Ferrari employee at the end of the summer break. By the time we go to Spa, is this a prediction? Yeah, I expect him to be out the door P45.
No, I read in the papers today stating I'm not going to change any of my, I mean, that was pure bad strategy. Nothing else.
It's common knowledge that engine suppliers and partnership teams share information, share data and telemetry, right? So they knew, they could see the Haas had bad hard tire data. They could see the Alpines had bad hard tire data. It was all public information. They knew that tire was shit, right? They knew that tire was bad. Why didn't they let them run long on the mediums and then put them on the softs to finish? Right?
They did on the softs anyway, didn't they?
He finished on the softs, but because he was going so far backwards on the hard.
Oh, it's just disaster at every step.
It was schoolboy stuff.
It's every step.
The shock in the commentator's voice.
And it's not the cars. The cars have got the pace. They've got the drivers.
And they're becoming a little bit more consistent. I saw a great graphic today about where Charles Leclerc would be if they had made comparable strategic decisions, right?
I think I've seen that graphic too. Should I try and find it while you're...
Charles Leclerc is 40, 50 points ahead in the championship.
It was strategic ones and Leclerc
and the
mistakes.
DNF, yeah. And the
as well.
Yeah.
And
driving mistakes kind of got to suck up, but but then it's that lack of confidence that he's got in the team. Who's going to make a mistake? He was in the middle of nothing. Who said he wasn't thinking about Are they going to make the right call? I'm coming up to a tire. I'm coming up to a pit stop. Are they going to make the right call for me? You're worrying about that. Then all of a sudden you're spinning at the wall. Is that what's on his mind?
He was so dominant the first few races, wasn't he? And his confidence was just so high.
Yep.
And the team was, you know, and the car is still good.
Yeah.
What is the problem? And look, arguably, the car's got a little bit better on the straight line speed.
Better, yeah.
And what is it that?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I would be surprised if they're not changing staff.
Well, we can talk about that in pit talk, can't we?
We'll get to that in a bit, yeah.
We can get into that a bit. I've got a feeling, again, that we're going to be mixing the...
I think Mercedes did well.
I think Mercedes did well.
Yeah,
and
good race for Mercedes.
It's funny, isn't it? Last year, this had been a terrible race for Mercedes. Well, not terrible, but just, you know, not having a win. They would have put that down as a failure. I don't know, but they got a 3-4, haven't they? Again, there's Perez. He's not performing well, is he? Is he on a shaky peg? Is this boy on a shaky peg? You've got endless.
Who else has done that good as Red Bull's second car?
Dare I say it? Ricardo.
That's the car.
A long time ago,
back
in a distant past, when men were men. Anyway,
hang on. If that's your most off-the-wall prediction, if you think there.
Well,
if that's what you're lining
seasons.
up for, if you're lining up for Perez out and Ricardo into Red Bull.
Oh my God, can you imagine that? From zero to hero.
Wow, there was a great interview with Martin Brundle and Christian Horner. I don't know if you watched that, but he was talking about relationships with Max, and you know, is he the backbone of the team? And he said, no, the team's the backbone of the team. Max is a very good driver at the moment, and that is very important. And you know, but the team isn't built around Max. And he was saying about the relationship with Sergio at the moment is the best it's ever been, because he's driving. You know, Sergio's driving acceptably. You know, he's still in the mix. We're only halfway through.
Acceptably.
He's third in the drivers' championship.
I know, just that word. Did Christian Horner use the word acceptably? Right, let's go down the drivers. Come on, Alonso.
Christian didn't say that, but the point is, they're not going to upset that apple cart. Do you know what I mean? They're in with a chance of winning the constructors, which is what they want to do. Right? The drivers' championship is prestigious.
I think they're going to get it.
Constructor.
I'm going to load it down right now. They're going to get it, aren't they? They're going to get that. They're going to get both. I can't see any other way now for Ferrari.
No,
you don't think so?
I don't think Ferrari will be in it. I think they're going to implode slowly. I think that Mercedes are a little bit too far behind to get up there.
They're going to get a win. They're going to get a win.
They're going to.
Hamilton hasn't had a win this season.
So his first year in 5 years that he's not had a win.
In 5 years, is that all?
I think it's more than 5 years.
It's got to be more than 5 years.
Yeah. But he
won in his first year, didn't he? I think it's his first year since being in Formula One, and he hasn't won a race. He won in his first year.
Yeah.
Oh my God, am I going to have to Google that? We don't do that here. Yeah, we do.
A man that used to read verbatim off pages on the
you could stop. Don't tell me you just knew that don't tell me you didn't just read that it was 7 seconds behind. Okay.
I'll give you that one.
Okay. Alonso, time of his career, time of his life. This man is crushing it. Discuss. Well, no, we're meant to be just talking about the race, aren't we?
Yeah,
Another good race.
I think the fight with Ocon was a bit unnecessary. That should have been team orders. Should have stepped in there. I think they both lost time there.
We had the same thing with the Aston Martins, didn't we?
Yeah, but
all over each other.
but they're further down the,
Well, they're not. They're not that far down. They're just behind them.
No, the constructors, right?
Oh, right.
In the constructors, Alpine are fighting McLaren, right?
Okay.
If you look, there was 2 Alpines there, and there's a McLaren in front of them. The priority there should have been get in front of the McLaren.
Okay.
Whichever one of you is fastest, let them through, get in front of that McLaren.
Okay.
That should have been the priority, right? They shouldn't have been fighting with each other. They were. I can't do the maths, but they weren't that far behind the McLaren.
All right.
They could have, they should have been able to catch it, but they wasted time fighting with each other.
Yeah, I think both teams did. To be fair, both of them, you could see in the opening lap, and you get a lot of this. I'm faster than him. I'm fast. Tell him I'm faster than him.
You're setting up his tailpipe, getting his slipstream. Of course you're faster.
Of course you're faster. You've got. Oh, what? I think they call it DRS. I don't know. I don't know. They're just bitchy comments from drivers. I'm telling him I'm faster than him. I can catch. Oh, get a grip. Gasly, not a good race, really.
Not a good race for AlphaTauri at all.
They've just gone backwards.
Yeah, they've got a serious issue with the car somewhere. To go from where they were last year to fighting for podiums and Gasly being consistently 4th and 5th to being out of the points every week. It's something going on there.
And the thing is, well, as we can get into later, the rumour mill has just gone into overdrive.
Yes.
Lance Stroll, well, he'll be staying, won't he? He's not going anywhere anyway.
I don't know.
The only one that's really in danger, and we got our old friend Seb. I can't believe he's leaving us. I feel like maybe that piano music. Well, yeah, that's as much as you're getting, Seb.
I think it's the right time for him to bow out. But
it's all. Does it not feel like a little bit of that bowing out and then popping back in again in a couple of years? You ever done that? Quit a job and then change your mind, and you've had your leaving due?
No, never. It's bad engineering practice to re-drill a hole, my friend.
Yeah. That's just not an engineering quote. I'm telling you that now. You flustered me with that. I'm going to remember that one. I'm going to remember that one. You know what I mean?
Lance has an ongoing contract, so it's hard to say if that's going to be, if he is going to be there or not. I mean, that could change at any minute if the right driver comes along. But let's talk about the race. We'll talk about drivers in a minute.
Sorry, you're absolutely right.
Alfa Romeo.
But what I was just suggesting is that whole leaving and then not leaving. Have you never done that in a job? Had a leaving do, then change your mind?
Yep.
I've done that a couple of times. They give you all presents and everything, and then you go, do you know what? I'll stay. You've had the leaving drinks, you've had the buffet, everything.
I've just handed my notice in at my job, and my boss didn't even hesitate when he was like, "Oh,
no leaving do for you? No leaving do?
Nah. I work remotely, so it's not like we can all get together easily.
No. Well, we'll have a drink.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
It'll be my last day. Yeah.
So Gazzy, Jaguan, you 13th. Alfa Romeo, another bunch of people that have just gone backwards.
Yep, they had good hopes at the start, but that's the same with Haas. The development.
It's just a development thing, like you were saying.
This is the development balance coming through.
Bottas. Feel a bit sorry for Bottas. He's a cracking driver.
He did really well. He was doing really well until that. It was a fuel pump failure or something, wasn't it? It's another Ferrari issue, isn't it?
Schumacher, not a good race, but ahead of K-Mag. That's where you want to be.
Yeah.
Is he going to be staying though? We can talk about this all night long, and we probably will. Alex Albon Williams. When are Williams ever going to get out the back five?
Can we talk about Latifi being number one in FP3?
When? What year was this?
Just free.
Was it raining? Was it snowing or something?
No. Free practice 3. Nicholas
Oh.
Latifi but banked a time of 1:41.48. I think it was in the rain. And Charles Leclerc was 0.6 seconds behind him.
Those practice sessions don't.
But that's the highlight of Latifi's career right there.
Yeah, it will literally be his highlight of his career, won't it?
Yeah.
I think really. Tsunoda. He's around for another year, I think, Tsunoda, but
You think?
yeah. He's liked.
He's a lot of trouble though. He's got character.
He's a character.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a bit crazy. Yeah. So
He brings a bit of a personality to the paddock.
and there's one person we haven't mentioned that I feel I missed to mention, Daniel Ricciardo, 15th. His teammate
And
again,
Is that a good bridge?
7th.
Is that a good bridge?
It's a little bit of a bridge, yeah. To
I think this is where we start it, isn't it?
okay.
Well, how do we, where do we start?
Where do we start with
Domino?
this?
We start with the domino, right? The domino was.
It feels like I'm going to make a terrible analogy. It just feels like the start of World War One. You know, when you learn about World War One, it's like a school ground. It's a playground fight. That's my friend, and everybody just piles in, and it's literally like that. One person says that they're out the door. Oh, okay, people. It's time for pit talk.
Yeah, pit talk.
Pit talk.
Pit talk.
Pit talk. Hey, there's a pit talk. Okay, so where do you want to start?
Seats for next year. So, Seb,
Can I continue with my analogy from World War One? The point I'm making is.
Start with a different one. I'm going to start with a different one.
Yeah,
Seb started the dominoes falling. He went
exactly
there.
like World War One, but anyway.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Exactly like World War One.
Well, yeah, because everybody made packs.
He went in there with the mustard gas, and just because he's German, don't be like that.
Hey.
You started with the World War One and the mustard
What
gas.
I'm saying is, World War One was about alliances, okay? And one country invaded another country, and one of them said, "Well, that's my mate. I'm going to stick up for him." And the other went, "Well, that's my mate. I'm sticking up for him." And then another country went, "Well, that's my mate of my mate. I'm going to stick." And then all of a sudden, we're all at war with everybody. It's like that kind of domino
like
effect.
Formula One drivers trying to find a car.
It's the perfect analogy.
It's nothing like it, mate. It's rubbish.
It is. World War One was a domino effect.
Yeah.
And it took one move, one gunshot in Sarajevo. Thank you very much. I taught this a couple of years ago. I've forgotten all of it. And actually, what's interesting about that is if he'd have driven around a different corner because they took a detour, it wouldn't have never have happened. Anyway,
Anyway, didn't it? Anyway, let's
get back to reality.
So our friend
who kicked this off? Was it Vettel? Obviously.
Yeah. When Seb moved, then Aston Martin were looking for another driver, right?
Right. And they immediately went, "Oh, we've got one, haven't we?"
Well, the negotiations were underway with Fernando at Alpine. I think we talked about this last week, and we'd said that he was looking for a multi-year deal.
Yeah.
And Alpine were offering him a single-year deal with an option to extend, but the extension was going to be in.
Did we preempt this? Did we?
Yeah, we called this, mate. We're so on the ball. I'm down in the pits with all the goings on, mate.
I can hear you. I'm surprised they're not approaching you now. Look, those cars aren't moving. Anyway.
Nobody will notice on the podcast.
She hasn't moved for the whole year. Look at her. Look at her. Not
You
moved.
finger out her nose.
Anyway.
And then I think, Fernando's got a reputation for being a really good driver and a really bad decision maker when it comes to his career. And that's been bandied around quite a lot, that he's jumped from a boat that could be extinguished to a flaming.
I think these are unknowns. I think this has happened for a long time in Formula One. Emerson Fittipaldi won the World Championship in 1974 and then went and joined an unknown team. His own brother's team or something stupid like that, instead of staying in the team who won the championship. I don't know if it's 1974, it was 73 for... Anyway, he literally, from the moment, and then he went and jumped in a back marker team or a new team. Because they're unknowns. These are unknowns. It's the same with Jenson Button in 2009. You just don't know what's going to happen during pre-season. So a little bit of sympathy. Bad decisions. He joined Ferrari. He joined McLaren. These are top-notch
I think Aston Martin has shown itself up as this season's gift shop. Right? We called Alfa Romeo the gift shop team, the one that you go through to get all your stuff on your way out the door, right? Like Kimi did, and now Bottas is doing was the comments that we made previously.
Yeah,
I think it's Aston Martin. Alonso will be there for a year, I reckon. He might drag. You
said Aston Martin, and you said Alfa Romeo. I'm confused.
Aston are taking over from Alfa.
Yeah.
Right. I think Alonso will be there for a year. He'll do absolutely nothing. The car won't develop. It might start coming on towards the end of the year, but I don't think they'll get anywhere. I think Daddy Stroll will sell it. Baby Stroll will get booted. Big change of management. Alonso will be out the door. 2 new drivers in.
Alonso's signed up. When I read about... I'm confused. Aston Martin were looking at like a long-termer, a real long-termer.
No, it's a 2-year deal he's got.
What was this with Aston Martin?
Multi-year deal, it says, yeah.
Because when I read it, they were saying they were looking at 88 to 89 races. How many years is that?
Wowzers.
Yes, he was putting it in terms of races.
That's 4 years, that.
Yeah. They're looking for someone to develop the... I thought you were in the pits, mate.
You're a test driver.
I thought you were in the pits. Hang on a minute. Aston Martin, right? Just type in 88 to 89, right?
Okay.
88 to 89. And you're going to get... No? Okay, I've got Aston Villa. Aston Martin. He's looking for the development... F1, or was this Alpine? Probably got it all wrong.
No, it was a 1+1 that he was offered by Alpine.
Right.
And I think the way he did it was a bit off as well.
Who? Maybe I saw it I saw an article of his statement. They were looking for someone.
More from the Alpine side of things, not Aston Martin side of things.
Where was it? We're going to click away here. Oh, I'm not going to find it now. I'm going to find it after we've finished this podcast. Someone said it. Someone said they wanted someone for 88 to 89 races. Real long term. Well, the Alonso thing. So Alonso's made his move. So let's put these chess pieces in place. Vettel out the door. Alonso makes his move. This is more exciting than the actual season, isn't it? Now, let me just address something that might be a problem with F1. Everyone having this sharing is caring contract here, contract there game. Shoot.
What do you mean the driver pool sort of thing?
Well, everybody's got a contract with everybody. Right. The Piastri thing, right? The Piastri thing. Let's talk about the Piastri thing.
Alex Albon driving for Williams in a Mercedes-powered car with a Red Bull sponsorship on his helmet.
No, I'm talking about contracted drivers that are contracted several teams. The drivers, What's going on there? So as soon as
but
that's a recipe for confusion, because as soon as Alonso jumped ship, they said, "Oh, don't worry, we're going to announce Piastri," and he's straight on Twitter going, "What? I haven't got a contract with you, even though I've got a contract with you, but I haven't got a contract with you. What's going on? What's that about?"
But I think I think the pool drivers like Piastri and De Vries and all these guys, they are sponsored or employed by or nurtured by one of the biggest teams. Mercedes, Ferrari,
weirdest
Red
term.
Bull, Alpine.
Yeah.
And they come through the different formulas, right? But there's clauses in all the contracts that say if a seat isn't available with X team, with the main team, like Pierre Gasly, right? If it's not available with Red Bull, you get a seat with AlphaTauri, right? Because or if it's not available with Ferrari, you get one with Alfa Romeo or Haas or one, but what's happened here is Alpine are the driver, the parent company, for want of a better term, and McLaren have gone in there and offered him a contract as well, which he's signed without letting Alpine know. And that's why it's now going to.
This is going to be a mess.
Yeah, it's not the first time it's happened. It's happened before. I think Felipe Massa had the same.
Well, what's his contract with Alpine then?
He's part of their driver pool, their junior driver program. So he gets sponsored by them. He's had trackside experience with them. He was at one of the Grand Prix earlier with them, sitting with the headsets on and all branded up, and he's sitting there listening. I think he was meant to be doing some driving with them, but he's done the same with McLaren previously.
Do you think he's shit on his own doorstep?
I think he massively has. I think he's been made out to look like a bit of a shyster that nobody's going to trust from now on. He's really screwed himself over. I think he's the one that's going to come out of this smelling of shit. I think Alpine and McLaren
and God forbid he gets in that car and someone like Nicholas Latifi or Albon out-qualify him. Let's just say, for instance, I don't mean they're not in the same car, but you know what I mean, don't you? His teammate just shits on him for the first 3 races. There's going to be questions, and let's just put it out there. Once you reveal yourself to be this kind of person, who's going to trust you?
The way he did it, doing it on Twitter publicly that quickly, without calling his agent, without calling Mark Webber up and going, "Hey, listen, bruv, something needs to happen here. They're saying this, that's not the right way to do it. You do this back door, you do this quietly, you do it under the radar. You do not do it on a media platform." That's not right. That's airing your dirty laundry.
Yeah. And all right, you could say Alpine shouldn't have announced it. They announced it first, and then he went on Twitter. But you just called him and go, "Dude, nothing's finalised yet." Yeah. Don't publicly do that. Who does that? And this is what you wanted. This is your fucking dream, mate. This is what you've been. And someone's just offering it to you on a plate, who have been nurtured. You use the word nurture. I think
you don't get picky about that, not in public.
No way. And
I have to say, Danny Ricciardo's name has been bandied around a lot in this situation, right? I
think that's because of integrity, maybe.
Yeah, he has said nothing about this. He's just standing there smiling, going, nothing to say. That's the way you deal with it. His people are sorting the shit out in the background. He's in a pool, smiling, having fun, playing tennis and boxing with Natalie Pitt.
Maybe too much. We talked about this before.
Not smiling too much.
No, you can't smile too much. He's the Formula 1 driver, but you're smiling ear to ear every night. Anyway, what I'm saying is maybe he's taking his eye off the ball with his racing, but maybe this thing about the car, this might be the thing.
What thing about the cars? The what thing?
The car doesn't suit him.
Yeah, I would agree.
And if he
with
steps into an Alpha Tauri or a Red Bull, I don't know. How can someone's performance drop off that much?
Right?
Go on.
People are talking about one of the shocks that I saw was Pierre Gasly going to Alpine, which I think would be quite an interesting move. Having two French drivers driving for a French team is a massive coup. He's not happy with the current AlphaTauri car. He's not happy that he was stepped over for the number 2 seat at Red Bull again. And he's always been itching to get to a front-running kind of middle team. He's wanting to be the driver, or, and I think he would be the driver out of him and Esteban Ocon.
Yeah. Not a car that gets into 12th, basically.
Yeah.
So a car that gets him back to his 4th and his 5th that he likes.
Yeah.
And
that'd be a good move.
It's giving him, Ricardo, a bit of a lifeline. Almost. He's definitely out of McLaren, though. There's no way you could stay in that situation.
There's a lot of rumours going around that he's been told already that he's out.
Yeah.
But then,
and there's a rumour going around he's demanded 21 million to get out, and they're going to pay it.
I read I read two versions of that article, and the way it reads to me is, one, it was clickbait, and two,
I like clickbait.
It's 21 million is his salary for the rest of his contract.
Yeah, but that's how you get out of a contract. You buy someone out of a contract.
Exactly. But if he goes to another team and they pay that, then it doesn't cost 21. It doesn't cost 42 million. It just costs 21 million. He needs to be paid 21 million between now and the end of 2023 or whatever. He doesn't care who's doing that.
Right.
And so it's not costing. It's costing people the same amount if they want him to stay in. No matter what,
he's getting 21 million.
Yes. Yeah. It's not 21 million on top.
And then on top of going to another team, you mean?
Yeah, no, it's 21 million no matter what. So if he goes to another team and gets 15 million, McLaren have to make up the difference. That's the contract that he signed with them.
Where do you think he's going?
I mean, he could go anywhere. I mean, the teams that haven't.
Do you think
drivers?
This has put everyone's seat under jeopardy. This one Vettel move. Have I mentioned it's a bit like World War One?
I don't think Ferrari, Red Bull, and Mercedes are in this at all. I think those teams are gone. It's the other seven.
Not all. Yeah. It's all the others. Everybody is just. I mean Williams. The Latifi position.
Oh, he's gone. Yeah, I reckon.
It's got to be. There's no way this dude is staying.
I'd have to say, kudos to Alex Albon. Did you see how he announced it?
Go on.
He basically misquoted Piastri's tweet and said that where is it? Here you go. I understand that with my agreement, Williams Racing have put out a press release this afternoon saying that I am driving for them next year. This is right, and I have signed a contract with Williams for 2023. I will be driving for Williams next year.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Just taking the mickey. Have a little bit of a joke.
What?
Have a little bit of a joke. It's like
yeah.
What band was it? The Beautiful South. They split up not because of musical differences, because of musical similarities. We have split up because of our musical similarities. Anyway, yeah, it's just I can't believe the guy's done that. And how old is he though? He's a kid, isn't he?
Who are you talking about?
Piastri. I can't believe he did it. It's just like the narcissism. It's just, dude. Yeah.
He's 21 years old, right?
He's been in the media now. He's been pushed in the media for the past 6 months about the Ricciardo situation.
This is Trump.
It's gone to his head.
This is Trump tweeting from the shitter.
Right? Yeah, it is.
when you're unsupervised with a phone, and you've got half a
Social
public
media. This is my kids shouldn't have phones. And
Mate,
he's a
I'm
kid.
But anyway,
Serious, mate. I'm serious. Kids shouldn't have phones. It's like
Yeah.
one of my favourite actors. I can't remember his name now.
oh, is that
In
is
a
that
legendary film, he's obviously one of my. I can't
big
remember his
fan
name.
of him,
But I know
big
his
fan
face. I can tell you what his face looks like.
of- Yeah,
He's in a film called 1917. There you go. It's about World War One. Keeping the connections.
that's
anyway.
a one-shot film. Yeah,
One shot work. He's a young lad. He's a Hollywood. I'm such a shit. I'm sorry. He's a Hollywood actor, and they asked him, what do you talk about on social media? He goes, I'm not on any of it. And he's like, and people just look at him like he's a goat, like he's like a zombie. It's like, yeah, just like a what? And he's like, I'm not on any of it. And do you know what? 100% the best thing. Just continue with your path.
Same with Seb Vettel. Seb Vettel's been on social
Exactly.
media, right? And what did
I'm
he do?
doing me. I'm doing
Drop
me.
a
That's the
massive
ultimate.
ball.
That's the actually, as much as like you see it on social media, that's the ultimate in doing you, isn't it? I'm doing me. You know,
Yeah.
literally. I'm not.
And I want you to hear it from me, so that nobody
Yeah.
twists it or edits it or changes it.
Or I'm not doing it to perform to other people, to project out something.
I thought it was a fantastic video. Fantastic video.
Which one?
Seb Vettel on it. Oh, you didn't see it, did you? You're
No.
not on Instagram. I'll forward it.
Well, I'm
to
not
you.
on social media. I literally just did a diatribe about not being on social media. And now you're saying,
It's available on other platforms. I'll find it for you.
what is it you didn't understand about that diatribe there? I'm not on social media.
But it was such a strong message that the video has been shared over several platforms that don't require you to be on social media to watch.
And it's
it.
from him.
It's just him sitting down on a seat and he goes, "Hi, I'm Sebastian Vettel. I'm here to tell you that I'm retiring from Formula One."
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh,
I
mate,
love it. How can I be in love with this man who I just did not like for such a long time? It's always the way, isn't it? It's like music that you didn't like, then all of a sudden you're
Listen
back
to
to
this.
liking it.
You hear this?
What?
Retirement from Formula One by the end of the 2022 season. Probably I should start with a long list of people to thank now, but I feel it is more important to explain the reasons behind my decision. I love this sport. It has been central to my life since I can remember.
We're under a minute.
There's life on track, there's my life off track too. Being a racing driver has never been my
It's
sole
4 minutes long.
I very
Oh,
much
we have to go. I can hear Murray calling us. Murray's calling us. Murray? Wait a minute. We'll get back to this. Murray.
Unless I'm very much mistaken.
Thank you, Murray. Thank you very
Murray.
much. Okay. I've sat and watched the Sebastian Vettel retirement video, and I love him dearly. I think he's a beautiful person, but I think he's a very. How can I explain this? How can I explain this without sounding completely arrogant? Well, I can't. He's a very misguided young man.
You think?
Absolutely. And I find it deeply sad that
Why do you think he's misguided?
well, I've got the statement here. I can go through all of it.
I'm sure you can, but why is he misguided? Answer my question.
Just some of the things he said in this, absolutely fundamentally, I disagree with. I agree with.
Well, that's your prerogative to disagree with it, but I think it's a very powerful statement for somebody in his position.
It's powerful, but completely misguided. I mean, he's right. Oh, I'm going to do it because he's
He wants to
obviously.
go and spend time with his family.
That's not why he's staying there.
Yeah, he is.
I don't think he's going to go just one off to just sit in the field with his kids, is he?
He's going to do that for a while, and then he's going to find something else to do.
I don't know. I just find some of the statements that this isn't coming from a place of hate, man. This is coming from a place that I
It's
genuinely do I genuinely do like the guy, and I genuinely do. I'm going to miss him so much as a character and everything. But some of the things he says in here are I just can't get on board with what he's saying. And he's trying to promote himself as a certain kind of person. And it's all just mixed up. And I find it very sad that we have that.
He says quite clearly he doesn't know what he's going to do yet.
He says statement, right? Let me read it. Right.
He's got a lot of other things that are taking him away from racing. He's done a lot of things in racing that he wants to do. He thinks it's time to move on.
Being a racing driver, here we go, right? So, being a racing driver has never been my sole identity. Yeah. Now, okay, this is my fault. This is my fault because I'm an idiot, because I read way too much philosophy. But you are what you do. You're not what you say you are. You are what you do. That's it. What
your actions are, yes.
Yes.
You're not a plumber, and that doesn't come with a set of values and behaviours, does it?
Okay, right. I'm very much.
That's what he's saying.
I understand that. That's not my sole identity, and I get that, right? He doesn't want to be just that, but you are what you do. Okay. Now. He literally, I'm very believe in identity by who we are and how we treat each other, which is what you do, rather than what you do. Well, how you treat each other is what you do. I've got the statement here.
He's not talking about his job.
No.
He's talking about his personality, right? When he says you're not what you do, he's talking about his job. Okay, he's not just a racing driver. He's Sebastian. He's got a bigger personality than just the racing driver part of him.
No, what I'm suggesting is it's the mixed up messaging. It's we are how we treat each other, rather than what we do. Well, what you do is how you treat each other, isn't it? That is an action in the world.
I very much believe in identity by who we are and how we treat each other. Yeah, that's fine. What's wrong with that?
Well, because how we treat each other is what we do. Rather than what we do. How you treat each other is what you do, isn't it? That's an action in the world.
His point is, line before, being a racing driver has never been my
Yeah, I know, I get that, right? It's not his sole identity. I very much believe in identity by who we are.
Yeah.
Well, that's just like it's my fault. It's my fault. I'm an idiot.
Why don't we pause this? Because if you listen to the video, did you watch the video? Or I
just did. Right? Who I am right. Here we go. Right. Who I am, father of 3 children. I'm shit. I know it sounds like I'm shitting on him because I just find it's kind of mixed up.
Where there's no argument to be had.
Well, there is a little bit.
Guy's retiring. He's trying to make a point.
Oh, this is going to be a fun trip to Belgium.
Oh yeah.
And he's influenced by passionate or skilled people. I'm obsessed with. Right, he already stated he's just obsessed with perfection. Okay, so later in the statement, he repudiates the perfection. I think I'm tolerant and feel I have the same rights to live.
Hang on, he does what to perfection?
He's obsessed with perfection.
Yes, I know, but then he repudiates it. What does that mean?
He denies perfection as a good thing. Oh well, maybe that's not a contradiction. That's not a contradiction. You're absolutely right. I'm a true tolerant. I am tolerant and feel we have the same rights to live, no matter what we look like. Yes. Where we come from, yes, and who we love, yes. That's absolutely right. Although there is, who we love, maybe a little bit wobbly. I love being outside and love.
What do you mean a little bit wobbly?
Well, if you love children.
Well, yeah, right, fair enough. That's not.
Some people say, okay,
that's your definition of love that needs reassessed, my friend.
Well, maybe it does. I love being out. Wow. Even F1 has blocked me. I love being out. I love to make people laugh. I like chocolate and the smell of fresh bread. I love my favorite color is blue. I believe in change and progress. Okay. And that every little bit makes a difference. I'm an optimist and I believe that people are good. Now that, for me, is a very misguided thing to think. And it's sad. I'm telling you now, I love this man. I love this man.
That's your issue. That's something that you need to work on, not something that's an issue with what he's done.
This is a purely idealistic.
90% of people have good intentions.
I think there's no evidence of that. This is the problem. I read too much philosophy. It's my own fault. I should just take it for face value that he's being a nice guy.
Yes.
Well, let's just get to the end of it. Next to racing.
You're taking it at face value and accept he's a good guy. Let's go on with
I love him, and that's what makes me sad about this. Next to racing, I've grown a family. I've grown other interests outside Formula 1. My passion for racing Formula 1 comes a lot of time spent away from them, and it takes a lot of energy. Committing to my passion the way I did, and the way I think is right. No, I'm fully on board with this. He's got kids. And this is the message: he should be a great father, and the energy it takes to come. My goals have shifted from winning races and fighting challenges to see my children grow, passing on my values. Yeah. Okay. Helping them when they fall, listening to them when they need me, not having to say goodbye, and most importantly, being able to learn from them. Yeah. And let them inspire me. Yeah, okay, right. That's
I'm sure Seb, when he tunes
that's
in,
typical of the my children in my life. Okay, children are our future. That's like a torture. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. Anybody, stop talking. I'm not going to mention the word tautology because then that just makes me an arsehole. I'm going to stop sharing this screen. Yeah. Stop sharing, Wayne, before you just fall into a trap of you've been on your own for 4 days and gone down a wormhole of nihilistic nonsense. Okay.
If you've been on your own for 4 days, why didn't you just check over your shoulder and see if there's somebody else in the room?
It's because I'm a schizophrenic.
Nobody here but us chickens, Bob.
When someone says children are our future, come on. Anyway.
I'll just get that Whitney Houston song.
Yeah, exactly.
Children are our future.
There's another bit he says.
You said you were moving on.
I know, but he says...
Run this
my passion comes out
for predictions. Do the predictions intro and let's get on with it. Come on.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, everybody. This is why I'm single. Reasons why I drink. By Wayne Kelly. Okay.
Hang on. Do you drink because you're single, or you're single because you're good?
Now it's time for predictions.
No, you sound like a country and western song.
I've been into riot.
Here we go. That seems like a prediction. I shortened it on the behest of our only listener. And he's definitely messaged.
I might have mentioned it.
You might have mentioned it, but I don't listen to you. The audience. It's I say audience.
That implies plural.
That implies a plural. Let's add up the points from the last race, okay?
Yeah, how are we getting on?
Yeah, well, I think you may be in for a treat. Are you going to get on, what's the fastest lap time for the last race? The Hungarian Grand Prix. We're not in Zandvoort like I thought.
You remember who it was?
Fastest lap?
Yeah.
No.
We're in for a treat then. Let's get the predictions up first, and then we'll, it was 1 minute. Give you that much. It was a dry lap. Give you that much. The average speed of the person doing it was 193 miles an hour, or kilometers an hour.
Okay, now I'm going to spend the next 15 minutes. Oh, that's an old one. Right, okay, that's not it. Here we go again.
I think we had a conversation last week where you said you'd save it on the desktop under Hungarian Grand Prix.
You don't have to win the last race.
Who did you have to win? Oh, I took a screenshot.
What's your points? What's your point score?
Oh, hang on. I've got a screenshot of it.
You've got a screenshot of it because you know they were completely unreliable at saving these goddamn documents. Oh, here we go. Don't worry, I found it.
You found it?
You are close. You are doing. I feel like Charles Leclerc. That's what I feel like. Having been so far ahead, I found it.
All right, here we go.
You're on 104, I'm 110. You screenshotted it.
Matches up with my photo.
You screenshotted it because you thought.
Yeah.
You literally thought I was going to cheat you, didn't you?
No, I wanted to pay more attention to it and be less surprised. I was like, why am I
You
doing
screenshotted it because you thought I was a cheat. You are someone else. Right, okay.
Stop projecting onto me. All
Oh,
right?
listen to him with his fancy schmancy psychology terms.
Hey,
I'm gonna have
hey. I read fancy books with 3-syllable words as well, you know.
Repudiated. He repudiated. I probably got that one wrong.
Yeah.
And you see
made
the
it
screen,
up.
sir?
Yeah.
Are you going to Google repudiate straight after this? I am going to Google it. It's
I'm going to Google it right now.
Okay.
I don't even
Oh,
know.
look, yeah, this is definitely it because there's no Oh, this wine. There's nothing like that dead silence on a podcast for someone drinking wine.
Repudiate. Repudiate.
What does it mean? Just say it out loud.
Refuse
Repudiate.
to accept or reject and deny the truth or validity of.
Wowzers. I think I was right there, young man.
The minister repudiated allegations of human rights abuses.
Exactly. Right, you're on 104 and I'm on 110. This is it now. We're halfway through the season, and I think this could be.
Is this to decide who buys the first local beer in Belgium?
Oh, and they're going to be good. Okay.
No, the first round of shots. Hey!
Shit. Am I Okay. Repudiate. I repudiate. Okay. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Who won the race? Oh my God. I've got to get the pen out. Let's get the pen out. Draw. He's got the hang of this after the first half of the season. Has he? No, he hasn't.
I'm hoping that you'll work out a more regulated way of doing it.
Asshole.
Okay, let's have another sip of wine. You got 2 points for Verstappen for winning the race. Well done. Who comes second?
Right, so fastest lap we were doing. Oh, fastest lap was Lewis Hamilton.
Go on.
Unfortunately, you put down Goat. I was at Goat's wedding this weekend. Big shout out to Bob and the crew. And
I put goat for pole. I didn't get.
oh, okay, no.
Who do you get for pole? Who's your
Pole-
pole? Leclerc.
Pole was, George Russell. So
Oh, Christ,
neither
yeah,
us
of course.
get.
Fastest lap, no one got it. No, nothing.
Fastest lap was Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, and what was the time?
The time was 1 minute
Yeah.
20.386.
20.386.
21.
Well, you get a point then. I don't.
Yes, I was closest. Yeah. Well,
Okay. You get 2 points for Verstappen. Leclerc, you get a point because he was in there. Perez, you get a point. Russell, you get a point. Sainz, where did he come?
Sainz was fourth.
You get a point. Hamilton, you get a point. Norris, you get. Oh, Jesus Christ, you get a point. Alonso, you're going to get a point.
Yeah.
Ocon, you're not, are you?
Yep. Ocon was ninth.
Shit. You get a point. Ricardo, yeah, came on. Okay, so, I mean, point for that. You got no pole, no fastest lap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. So that's 115.
15.
Okay, shit. Right, I get a point for the goat.
Yeah.
I get a point for Verstappen.
Yeah.
Sainz, I get a point.
Yeah.
Russell, I get a point.
Yeah.
Leclerc, where did he come?
Clerk was sixth.
Shit, get a point. Gasly, no.
Nothing.
Perez, I get a point.
Point.
Where did he come?
Alonso, you get 2 actually.
Where did Perez come?
Perez was 5th.
I was shouting you. Where did Perez come? I want Perez still. Okay, 2. Okay.
You were just saying how his jacket was on a shaky peg earlier, right? You can't be wanting him to be higher up in the field if you're
I'm going to support him if it gives me points.
You've got to live with your...
Nothing for Schumacher. Norris, I get a point. Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 1, 9.
Oh, you're still in the lead, eh?
I'm still close. Yeah, we're still close, but I'm still in the lead. So now, are we going to do the predictions for the next race, or are we not?
No.
Straight up, that's a no, everybody. Sorry, people, if you've tuned in, that's a no. Oh, crikey. Oh, did you want to talk about Vettel and his statement, or a little bit more World War One analogies? Asshole. Thank you. And
I don't know why he's doing that.
Okay, that's your new thing. Okay. I think that's it then, isn't it? Really?
I think we need to stop sharing the screen, and then we need to say that our avid listeners need to keep over the social media platforms. Look out for special announcements. We're off to the Spa Grand Prix.
We're off to the Spa Grand Prix, people. And just one person, no one entered our competition for this fine box set. Remember this? About 7 years ago? The competition for the fine box set of Formula One? No one.
So, much to Wayne's annoyance and hatred, we might be doing Facebook Live.
We're going to do Facebook Live.
Yeah,
we're going to do it.
That.
We're definitely doing that.
And we will possibly post our predictions for the Spa Grand Prix on the Saturday before qualifying, live from the Grand Prix.
Yes, from a bar.
From a.
I'm printing out. We'll do it. Cut it out. Okay.
We'll do it somehow. We'll figure it out.
We'll do it somehow. Are we gonna? We're still gonna do a podcast next week, though. I
thought we were having a break for the summer break.
Didn't we have a break last week?
That's because I was on holiday and I wasn't around.
Yeah, but these we've got to have. Okay, you want a break? We'll have a break. We'll put out some. We'll put out some of our news segments.
Yeah, there'll be social media stuff going on.
There'll be social media stuff next week, and then we'll have maybe full-on live extravaganza.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the word extravaganza.
Wow. Is that another one we need to check?
No, you don't. We're going to do a live extravaganza from Belgium. We're going to do our predictions on the Friday in a bar, live with everybody.
Saturday before.
No, we're going to do it on the Friday night in a bar in front of people.
Okay.
We're going to stream it live. Okay. And then on the Saturday we will have some live streaming of the qualifying, and then some of the live streaming. We're live streaming the whole way. So yeah. So on that note,
I better get my data policy sorted out then.
Me too. I'll check it out. Don't worry. You can bounce off me. You can hotspot.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to check my data policies.
Yeah, because it's been an organisational nightmare already. So
let's put it this way, good listener, it has been organised to the level you would expect from the Epic Show podcast.
Yes, clues in the title. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. And the next time we speak to you, you will be live. We hope you will be there too. So that's been the end of the F1 Show podcast. So let's have a clap. And we'll see you soon. See you soon.